Yeah, I think people also underestimate the reach they have through their personal network. So personal story, it's like, I think, I mean, I was a Harvard speaker at 23 or something like this, 24, but that's through networking. That's through knowing people. And it's like, it's not like Harvard reached out to me and was like, please come to talk to us. No, that's not what happened. What happened is that, a friend of mine knew someone who was in a student association, like a big student association in Harvard, where they had this kind of like guest lectures, basically. And it's like, it was the entrepreneurship club in Harvard. And it's like, we all have a friend of a friend that is connected to something. And then literally same thing, they needed some content. And we were not big at the time, but we had an SEO agency. Nobody knew who I was, right? At that time, like you had no, you didn't hear my name. Um, and yeah, we just like had a startup that was doing okay, but nothing crazy. But also people wanted to learn more about, at the time, SEO. Yeah, it was still pretty fresh, basically, because I'm not 23 or 24 anymore. And and so uh, and so yeah, and so literally I showed up in Harvard and I was just invited to talk for like 45 minutes. And what we did is we hired a film crew, right? So we filmed that. And so there was proof online that I was a Harvard speaker after that. And because I've done that one, then I was able to reach out to the Wharton Entrepreneurship Association. And I've done the same thing the week after. I was in Wharton doing the same presentation. And I did that. And after doing these two, I did that in Oxford University in the UK as well, where it's like essentially, essentially piggybacking and building that up, right? And again, I was nobody. It's not like the rooms were like, there was 1,000 people in it, but like, there was 100 people in the room, maybe something like that. Like it was not huge, but not small, but enough for the prestige of the institutions to be transferred to me. And that allows us to make more sales as an agency at the time, like a really basic SEO agency, no USP, no nothing, just hard, grinding and everything. So it's like, yeah, it's like you just need to find one in. And then once you find that one opportunity, then you can use that as an excuse to anyone else to be featured. And that's why, you listen to podcasts and you find the same people, because they're essentially doing that, right? They get featured on the podcast, they do a good episode. They're like, oh, look, this episode did really well that I did with that. And they pitch themselves and then they grow that way.